They never loved you like you wanted them to love you because they couldn't. They loved you like they love themselves. And you got to understand that these people are walking around out here not knowing who they are. People are walking around out here not loving themselves. And you get in relationships with these people and you wind up hurting. You wind up receiving the backlash for loving someone how you love you, because you know how to love yourself. You know what love means. You know what it requires. And all you want is somebody to love you how you love them. But they're loving you how they love themselves. They don't take care of themselves. They don't sit with themselves. They don't spend time with Jesus. They don't get to know who they are. They don't want to fix their childhood trauma. They don't want to mend their broken hearts. People are walking around here with unforgiveness. That's why you got to be careful with the relationships you get into, chosen ones. Because you trying to walk around here looking for love and you want to love people. You want to love on people. But you deserve to be loved by somebody that is complete, that is healed, that is not broken. You don't deserve to be in a relationship with somebody that don't know their self, don't know their passions, don't know what they desire, don't know what they deserve. And it's not to say that people aren't good people when they're hurt. But it's simply to say that hurt people. When you get into the wrong relationships, you'll wind up getting your heart broken. You'll wind up getting your ground shaken. You'll wind up getting the ground torn from underneath you. You'll wind up getting the ground ripped from underneath you by you loving the wrong people. You got too much of a mission here on earth to continue to be hurt by people because it's delaying you. Every time you love somebody, every time you let somebody into your life, they wind up breaking you, and then you got to go and fix yourself. You got to go and draw back from the world. You got to get off of social media. You got to disappear. You got to go do the work in silence by yourself. And you should have already been farther in your career. You should have already been farther in life, but you keep letting in the wrong people. There's going to be somebody that has a right mind that comes to love you. But you deserve to be loved by somebody that is healed. I don't know who's watching this. I don't know who's been struggling with relationships, with social relationships, with friendships. I'm not even just talking about, I'm talking about platonic, I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about family members. You deserve to be loved. Everybody in your life needs to know how it feels to love them before they even enter into your life, before they get a chance to be around you. Because you love yourself. Because when things were bad, when you were down and out, when you didn't have a good day, when you didn't have nobody on your side, when all your good day, when all your gray days, when all your good days turned into gray days. I don't know who needs to hear this. When when everything was opposite in your mind, when everything was working against you, you still had to pick yourself back up. That's what true love means. You showed yourself true strength. You didn't let you down. You didn't let you lose. When failure was knocking at your door, you closed that door and walked through the door of success. You started to believe in yourself. You still believe in yourself even when you don't have the things that you believe that you could have. You know what loving yourself looks like? It looks like being in your darkest hour, your darkest days, and still getting up and still grinding and still putting the pedal to the metal. It looks like holding yourself when nobody else want to hold you down. It looks like helping yourself when nobody else want to help you out. It looked like spending time with Jesus. And you're preparing every day, daily, you're preparing yourself to love you. You want to know why? Because people didn't love you when you were losing in life. You had to love you. See, the only reason why you know how to accept yourself for all your flaws is because people walked out on you because of your flaws. The only reason why you had to learn how to love yourself, see, you didn't used to love yourself before. You used to be in a relationship with everybody and their mama and all that drama. And you used to get your love from your partner. Your partner used to tell you you look good, and then you used to start feeling good because somebody else said it. You used to get your love from the acknowledgement and the approval of those who underestimated you in the first place. Anyways, you used to get your love from the acknowledgement and the approval of those who underestimated you anyways. And then you want to know something? You hit ground zero. You hit rock bottom. See, after the passing of that family member, you weren't yourself no more. See, after that heartbreak, after the depression, you weren't yourself no more. And instead of helping build you back up, people left you. When you didn't know who you were anymore. Instead of helping build you back up, people started to laugh at you. Isn't it ironic how those same people taught you how to love yourself. See, they may have lost you, but they taught you how to never lose you, because you lost yourself before. And you had to get back up again. You had to grind. You had to love yourself. It took so much strength for you to get back up after that day that happened to you. And you already know what day I'm talking about. That's just my Holy Spirit connecting. That day where you felt like everything, all hell was breaking loose. You lost everything. You had to battle against your own mind. The day you struggled to even understand why you were even on this planet. The day where it was all too hard, that area in your life, and you just now accepting yourself for the era you're just coming out of. See, you were in a season, and you just now accepting yourself, even with it took you so long to accept yourself with your flaws, because people left you because they could never accept you for your downfall, accept you for what you lacked. And you spent your whole life trying to please people, trying to keep people in your life, trying to increase your wisdom, your knowledge, your power, your strength, just to impress people that would have walked out on you when you didn't have anything. And then you realize people did start walking out on you. And the only option you had was to lay down and die, or to love yourself through it. I didn't have another option. You want to know why I'm here right now? It's because when I wanted to end it all, it's because when I wanted to pull the trigger on my life, it's because when I wanted to give up, I had to learn how to love myself through the pain when nobody else loved me. When everybody else turned their backs on me, I had to turn inside. And I had to say, girl, you know what? It's okay. I still love you even though you make mistakes. I still love you even though you're not where they want you to be in life. And you had to go through the same phase, chosen ones. And now you built yourself up to a point where you may not have the materialistic things, but spiritually, you are walking around here so much more healed, so much more farther spiritually than these other people, than these other humans, than people that live on the same planet with you. And I know it seems crazy how somebody can have so much more money than you, have so much more resources, have so many more family members, so much more support, but you still so much more farther, smarter and stronger and better in your mind than them. Not better in life, because we ain't better. Nobody's better than the next man. But your mind is not. You're not in the gutter where you used to be anymore. You're thinking better. You're wanting better for your life. You're doing better for yourself. And the only reason why you got there is because everybody turned their backs on you. You had to either lay down and die or love yourself through it. And you chose love. And so you know how to love. You know how to love someone even when they're broken, because you did it for you. See, people never love. See, people, they don't know how to love, because when they are not enough for themselves, they start to hate themselves. You understand exactly what I mean, chosen ones. People are jealous of you because even in your worst days, even in your poorest state, even in that poor state of mind, even with all the things you don't have, you love yourself. People can never love themselves how you love you. And your mistake is, and it's not really a mistake, but your trauma comes from loving people how you love you. It don't matter if somebody got holes in their shoes. I could love you how I love me, baby. I don't see nothing wrong with you with them holes in your shoes. And that shirt you haven't washed, I don't see nothing wrong with you in your depression. You want to know why? Because I had to love me in my depression. When I was walking miles with holes in my shoes, I loved me. I love me. I took care of me. So guess what? I could love you. I'm looking at you like you me. And I want to love you even more because I know how it feels. But see, people don't know how it feels to be in your shoes. So when they see someone brokenhearted, chosen ones, they take advantage of it. They manipulate it. They don't really love you. But when you see someone brokenhearted, you try to nurture them back. That's what's wrong with us. We just have this beautiful, big, brilliant mind, this big, brilliant heart. And it's not really what's wrong with us. It's what the world needs. The world needs a big old hug from you, chosen one, angel of God. But you've made so many sacrifices to get here. You walk so far just to get here. And that's the thing about you. See, people haven't took the time to love themselves. They haven't lost enough. You lost everything and you still loved yourself through losing everything. Family members, friendships, relationships, opportunities, jobs, money, resources, homes, houses. You lost everything. And you still loved yourself. Baby, I love you. I'm talking to you, chosen ones. Baby, I love you. I love you, baby. Sis, I love you. Baby boy, I love you. Baby girl, I love you. You are so strong. And they don't know half of what you've been through. They don't know half of your story. But God is going to get the glory. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you deserve to be loved by healed people. That's why you got to look for your kind. The ones that are walking this earth for God. The ones that took the time to spend with God. The ones that know what it means to love with sacrifices. Unconditional love. Jesus gave the ultimate sacrifice just because he loved us. You be willing to give your heart out to everybody you love with sacrifices. Even if I will sacrifice my time to spend time with you to help you heal. I will sacrifice my mind to help you restore yours. I will lose my mind trying to get you better. That'd be our problem. We don't just let people walk out. People will walk out on us left and right. People will leave us. People will slam doors in our face. And we be trying to love people back to life. Jesus. But you ain't God. Life comes through one man. And that's our Lord and Savior. But the thing is, you sure do your work on this earth. But I want to let you know something. Don't you see, it's a difference from being acquaintances and loving people and having relationships with people. The next time you get a friendship, the next time you get into a relationship, a romantic relationship, a lover, the next time you call somebody your brother or a family member, you better make sure, you better take the time, you better study them to make sure they took the time to love themselves. And I'm not just talking about love themselves when they have everything good going for them. No, but can you love you when you broken? Because I had to do that. That's the only way real love. Because I could love me when I'm out here living life, living like Larry, and I got the car with the luxury brand sign on it. Of course I'ma love me. Of course I'ma love life when my clothes is all name brand. My bank account got money. Everybody's supporting me. Everybody's around me. I'm getting gifts on Christmas. I don't know who needs to hear this. Yeah, it's easy to love yourself when you have success. But what happens when you don't? A lot of people, if you take their success away, if you take their job title away, you take the RN off of their name, you take the officer, the police officer from in front of their name, the firefighter from in front of their name, the school teacher from in front of their name, the pastor from in front of their name. If you take their title from them, if you leave them with nothing, you would realize that they don't really love themselves. They love the idea of them. They love the authority. They love the facade. But you want to know how I know you love you? Because in your struggles, in your distress, in your depression, you sat with Jesus. When you didn't have a friend, when you didn't have no money, you sat with God. You had to love you when you didn't have nothing. There was no distractions distracting you from knowing who you are. That's how I'm 100% sure you know who you are. That's how people don't never get the chance to know who they are. You want to know why? Because the 9 to 5 is taking all their time. But you didn't have a job. You didn't have nobody to call and to gossip to. You had to talk to yourself. You had to talk yourself down off of that hill. You had to talk to yourself. You had to walk yourself through some situations all alone with nobody supporting, with nobody by your side. You spent time with yourself that you would have never spent if you had not been isolated, got from around people. You see, you thought that the storm was sent to break you, but the storm made you who you are, literally. You know exactly who you are. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. You know what you're not going back to. You know already what you were trying to get to, simply just because of your storm. People haven't had a storm like you. Yeah, they may love themselves when they can afford all the body washes in their bathrooms, and they could change their towel out every day. But can you love yourself when you sleeping with that towel on the floor? I had to love myself when I didn't have a cover. The same towel I would use to dry my body off, I would have to sleep with it. That's how I got to learn to love myself. That's how. And so you're special. You deserve to be with people that are special, that are like-minded, that are chosen ones just like you. Your friend group needs to be chosen. We're not on earth to play around. You're on earth for a mission. If you keep messing around with the wrong people, trying to love the wrong people, not love them, but love them at a close and not from a distance. If you keep trying to put the wrong people in your circle, you will never fulfill your mission. You got to understand something. You're here for a mission, for a purpose. You ain't here for a long time. Even a long time ain't a long time. Even if God give you 120 years, glory be to God. I'm praying that you see that. But you're here for a purpose. You're here for God's calling over your life. You ain't going to get to it with the wrong people around you. Your friends got to be chosen. Your partner, the one you choose to marry, they got to love you how you love you when you broke. When you don't have nothing. When you aren't where God says you need to be. When you aren't at the place where you expected your life being. When you ain't thriving. Your partner has to be able to love you through that. So you got to stop wanting relationships with all these broken people. Now, I ain't saying don't go and help heal the sick. That's our mission. That's part of our calling. That's part of the reason why we're here. But I'm saying getting in relation with them. God says, come out from amongst them. Right? Right? Two can't walk in this on the same path unless they agree. Right? So you have to understand that, yeah, I can love you, baby. I can help you. I can give you the best advice I can give you. But I can't fix you how God can fix you. Because you have to want it for yourself. That's the only way it's going to work out. You wanted to love yourself because you chose life. The only way it's going to work out, you can't change nobody. Chosen ones. So I just wanted to leave that with y'all. The Lord never left y'all. But he wants, now in this season, some of y'all about to get, you guys are about to receive new people in your life. To tithe, to donate, to sow into the ministry. Guys, comment down below. A link will be in the description. It's down below. To donate, to tithe, to sow a seed into the ministry, guys. To support the ministry, guys, you can comment. You can share out the video. You can hype up the video. You can hype it up. It's free. If you want to support without the donation, guys, just comment, subscribe, mention, hype up the video. To hype up, you just write down below where it says where you go to like, comment, or share, or subscribe, guys. You just scroll a little bit to the left. You're gonna see hype, and that helps push the video out to other chosen ones like myself and I and you and Pi. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.